Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. The model for today's look is my friend Nikita. On her I have created this lovely wet sultry look. It's a glossy golden eye and a glossy lip, and for the skin it's a nice glowy radiant face. So yeah. Now obviously I'm going to start off with the eyebrows because that's how I like it. I will start with the Nykaa brow definer. I will brush her hair upwards with a spoolie and then I'll just fill it in. I mean, she doesn't really need a lot of filling because she has the really nice eyebrows already, but I'll just make it a little bolder. I'll then use the Oh My Brow from Nykaa and I'll just define every hair strand a little more. Now for the eyeshadow, I'm using the Sultry Anastasia Beverly palette. I'm going to use the shade Teak on this fluffy brush and I'm going to put it all over her lids, especially toward the outer section. I'll now take a lighter shade Cinder on a smaller brush and I'll put it just toward the front section of her eye, defining her lovely almond eye shape a little more. Now obviously because there's a lot of fallout, I'm going to use my favorite sellotape technique. I'm just going to wrap a sellotape around my fingers and I'm going to dab it wherever there is glitter to get rid of the glitter. I'll take this Miss Claire lip gloss. It's a clear gloss and I'll put some of it on the back of my hand, and just for that little extra wet and glossy look, I'm just going to take that on my finger and I'm going to strategically dab it on her eyelids. I'll also just define it a little more with a brush. I will complete the eye look with curling her lashes and coating her lashes with mascara. For the mascara, I'm going to use the Better Than Sex from Too Faced. Now I'm going to use the Biotique moisturizer and I'm just going to moisturize her entire face. I'm now going to use the Professional Primer from Benefit. Now if you see, she has some sort of uneven skin happening toward this side, so all I'll do is I'll just kind of fill it in and I'll make the skin look a lot more even, just for even application. So I won't put it like a moisturizer, but I'll just dab it into the skin. I'll also put it on her chin and her nose. Now I'm going to use my all-time favorite Kryolan palette. I'm going to use the shade FS24 and 26. I'm going to mix both of that and I'm going to use it as a foundation. And I'll just put it with my finger. I'll blend it all over and just spread it evenly. Then with a stippling brush, I'll blend it even more. I will mainly go in circular motions because that's how the stippling brush works even better. I'll also put this product under her eyes. I kind of like to go with the foundation even under the eyes and then go with the concealer and all of that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm putting the foundation pretty much all over the face. Also, don't forget to put it, on the jawline and the neck area as well. Now for the concealer, I'm going to use the shade FS45. I'll just put it under her eyes and in areas where I want to kind of brighten up her face a lot more, which is even the higher points of the face, which is the bridge of the nose, the chin and the forehead. After placing all of that with a damp beauty blender, I will just blend all of that. So using a lighter shade of concealer kind of helps in brightening up the face a little more and kind of you know, bringing out the higher points of the face as well. Now to set her under eyes, I will use this yellow shade from the Revolution palette. I'll take it on a damp beauty blender and I'll place it again very strategically only on her under eyes, where I just want to mattify, you know, those areas. Now if you see the foundation shade is slightly lighter compared to her skin tone, this is a trick that I use. I'm going to take the darker shade from the palette, NG1, and I'm gonna put it toward the perimeters of her face. This is also gonna act as a contour, so I'm gonna place it, you know, on the higher points of her, the lower points, that is cheekbones, and basically the perimeters of her face. And since I'm using a cream product, I'll just kind of blend it in and make it look even more even. And yeah, so this will act as a contour as well and kind of neutralize, or you know, make the foundation look a less lighter, and again it'll play with the shadows in a way. I hope that makes sense. You'll see in a minute once I'm done blending. So obviously after placing it with a stippling brush, I'll blend it, and I'll probably go over it with the damp beauty blender to make sure everything is well blended. Now is the main part of the look, the lipstick. For the lips, I'm going to use this lovely purple shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. I'm going to put it all over her lips. Also, now that you look at the foundation, it looks a lot more, you know, even and like her skin like matching with her skin tone. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do when I make mistakes too. Now just to add a little more dimension to the lips, I'm going to use this shade, lighter purple shade from Urban Decay. I'll name it somewhere here, and I will place it just toward the center of the lips and I'll blend it outward, just to kind of tone down that shade also and to add a little more dimension to the lips. Now because this is a very wet and, you know, a very sultry and a glowy look, for the blush I'm going to use the Miss Claire Illuminator makeup base in the shade 02 Gleam. So this is like a highlighter shade, but because this is, you know, slightly peachy and like a warm tone, I'm going to use this as a blush. So very, very lightly, not, you know, pretty much in there, very lightly I'll just stipple this on her face wherever I want that natural glowy flush. Now I had to go with a blinding highlight, for which I'm using the enhancing drops from Cover FX. This is in the shade, I believe, Sunkissed. So I will just put this on the higher points of her face, the cheekbones, and with my finger I'll just blend it. I will also put this on her nose, the bridge of the nose, and the forehead very, very little, very lightly with a light hand, and the chin, just to kind of bring together the entire wet look. Now to contour and add some more shadows, I'm going to use this contour shade from the Revolution palette, and I'll just define her cheekbones and the jawline and the forehead, just to kind of, you know, make the perimeters of the outer section a lot more defined. Lastly, I'm going to use the Naked Urban Decay Flushed palette. I'm going to use this blush shade to add some flush onto her face. So with this angular brush, I'll just, you know, add the blush, and yeah. Now for the lips, I wanted the lips as well to look very glossy, so I'm going to use the Miss Claire Clear Gloss, and again I'm just going to put it on the lips. So this pretty much is the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I loved creating this look. This by far has to be one of my favorite looks I've created. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time in another video.